Hey friends, welcome back to Magus of the Frog. Hope you're having a lovely day. It is Tuesday and we're going to be trying out a new series where we focus on budget deck building. Then tomorrow we're going to upgrade the deck fully with as much wild cards as we can and run that through some games. Now, budget can mean different things to different people, so to create a baseline for this series, I wanted to use something reliable to define our deck building restrictions. And it turns out if you created a new arena account today and claimed all of the included packs and prizes, you reliably get 12 to 14 rare wildcards and 4 to 6 mythic wildcards, depending on whether or not you high roll. So we're going to use the lower range of that as restrictions on our deck building process, meaning we can only work with 12 rares and 4 mythic rares. That's it. That way, whether you're starting out or you want to try out a new deck without dropping any money on wildcards, or just looking to switch things up, you can always just create a new arena account and play with these decks. And to be honest with you, even if you have the means to afford a sizable collection and wildcards are not a problem for you, budget deck building introduces a very important aspect of strategy games that I think is very useful: overcoming adversity while making the most of what you've got. So let's see what we've got right here. Let's talk about the rares and mythic rares first. For rares, I've got 3 copies of Glissa Sunslayer. I'm sure you're familiar with this card. Great in pressuring the opponent. It's got First Strike and Death Touch, so it attacks really well. We've got 4 copies of the Unstoppable Slasher. Great card here. Love the art. Whenever it deals damage, it puts a huge chunk on your opponent's life total. And then we've got 3 copies of Vraska Joins Up, perhaps the card that I am using as inspiration for the deck's concept. Is when it enters, you put a death touch counter on each creature you control, and whenever a legendary creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you get to draw a card. So that's 10 rare wild cards right there. The remaining 2 is for Blooming Marsh. The thing about budget is that when you don't have as many rare wild cards, your land base is going to suffer a little bit if you play 2 colors. And I think that's okay. I think we're not going to be going for optimization here, especially in a budget scenario. But this is just to showcase that if you high roll into the maybe 13 or 14 rare wild cards when you create a new account, then I think Blooming Marsh is the first step you should go to. And then eventually you can get other things like Llanowar Waste if you want to upgrade. Then for our mythic cards here, we've got 3 copies of Tiny Bones. Great card here. It's a 1/1 Death Touch, and when it deals damage, you get to cast stuff from your opponent's graveyard. And then the 4th copy, the 4th mythic rare, will go to Shelly here just to top out our curve. Great card. It has Death Touch already, and we can gain life from drawing cards that we'll hopefully be doing from all of our other synergies here, and we can punish our opponent for drawing cards. And in terms of the other legendary creatures that we have here, we've got one more that has Death Touch. We've got Finn, a great uncommon legendary here, where it makes it so that our Death Touch creatures put poison counters on our opponent. So if our opponent is gaining a lot of life, then this adds a different dimension to the deck that able to add some reach here. And then for some of our legendary creatures that don't have Death Touch, we've got Akawali, the Seething Tower. It's an uncommon. But the great thing about this card is that it can reliably get trample as long as we have 4 or more permanent cards in the graveyard, and then it can get Death Touch by using Vraska Joins Up. So having Death Touch on a Trampler is great, as we can almost guarantee pushing through that damage. I don't think we'll get to Descend 8 the majority of the time, but that is an option. Or a Kawali will get an additional +2/+2 and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, so they have to chump block it. And then we have Honest Retstein, great card here. For 3 mana, we get to recur a card from our graveyard to our hand and make it so that creature spells we cast cost 1 less to cast. And this is great because if we play Onslaught Sign on turn 3, we are able to maybe double spell things like double Unstoppable Slasher or Glissa plus Unstoppable Slasher on our turn 4, or we can just play one of our 3 drops here and then keep up some removal or interaction. Speaking of removal and interaction, the great thing about the Golgari colors is that a lot of the premium removal that is being used in today's metagame aren't rare. So we got 3 copies of Go for the Throat, 2 copies of Anoint with Affliction, 3 copies of Cut Down, and then I'm also using Hunter's Talent here. This is not something that you see quite often, but it's great in a Death Touch deck because when it enters, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. And since we have a lot of Death Touch, this is pretty much a hard removal spell. But what is really great here is that if we level it up to level 2, whenever we attack, we can give something +1/+0 and trample, really utilizing the Death Touch synergy here. And then on 2 extra slots here, I'm just using it for duress. With these interactive slots, you can mix and match however you want. You can go 4 copies of Cut Down, more copies of Anoint. You can bring in Nowhere to Run if you really want to. These are all things that you can just mix and match depending on what you feel like you want to be stronger against. For our sideboard, just a good first draft here of what you might see in Golgari decks. Well, at a budget version, of course. We've got Soul Guide Lantern to deal with graveyards. We've got also Cease and Desist. The Cease portion allows us to exile cards from a graveyard and allows us to gain life and draw a card. So that's great. It also has Desist, which allows us to destroy all artifacts and enchantments. That can be useful maybe in the domain matchup, but we've got cheaper interaction like Terra Sunder to deal with enchantments or artifacts. And then for our black sideboard cards here, we've got 2 copies of Dreams of Steel and Oil. We've got 2 copies of Blot Out for the higher casted creatures or planeswalkers that we might want to deal with. And then some cards to deal with go wide strategies. We got 2 copies of Malicious Eclipse and 2 copies of Neutralize the Guards, depending on what kind of go wide strategy our opponent is playing. And there you have it. This is a budget Golgari Death Touch legendary creature synergy deck. If you wanted to upgrade this deck further, you can either go start with the lands or you can do with the core game plan. I would probably recommend the lands just to introduce some consistency in curving out in your games. But honestly, you can also just upgrade this fully into the more popular Golgari mid-range decks that you see in this metagame. I think the investment in lands is probably the better long-term investment. But hey, you do you with whatever you want to do. Here is our budget Golgari list. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to upgrade it fully and really utilize this game plan here of Death Touch and legendary creatures. So tune in for that. And yeah, we're going to run this through the traditional standard event. We're going to see how well it does in a couple of games here. And we're going to upgrade it for tomorrow. So hit that like button, drop a comment. Super thankful that you're here. Would appreciate your subscription. All right, guys. I'll see you round 1. Let's get it. Okay, round 1 here, and oof, looks like we're gonna have to mulligan this, only a 1-lander. Okay, much better. I think we'll keep our removal spell and get rid of one of our 3 drops here. And we're gonna go with the one that takes a bit more time to set up, so goodbye, Aquali. Now, I heard that the matchmaking, it's affected by the quality of your cards. But hey, it looks like we're against Gruul here. I don't know if that applies only to ranked. So this is the traditional standard event. So we're going to be taking a lot of damage here. We don't have an untapped land. So that is putting, just showcasing the unoptimized mana base, really going a bit too hard here. Okay, so this comes in untapped now that we're at 13. That's funny. I think we can play Tiny Bones here and then just anoint with Affliction the Screaming Nemesis. And the next turn, we can play something like Glissa to really put a stop to the attacks here. I think I'm going to go with the Challenger. Yeah, blocking the Challenger there. Okay, and then now our opponent kind of has lost gas, so I'm going to go with Finn plus keep up cut down here. Okay, there's the Heartfire hero. They can't attack, so I'm just going to kill one of their Heartfire heroes. Okay, Blooming Marsh, and then I think Glissa is enough to stop the bleeding here, so let me attack with Finn and start putting some pressure on our opponent. Then here comes Glissa. Our opponent didn't draw any non-creature spells, I don't think. Okay, here comes Paw Patch. Okay, Duress not going to do anything, but we're going to attack with Glissa here. And then we'll draw a card. Okay, we'll play Slasher and then pass. Looks like our opponent can start pumping things like their Heartfire hero. And then I think I will block this. Okay, we gain a life here. That's nice. I'll still attack with Glissa, I think. And then we can draw a card. Ooh, an Honest Rutstein is super good here. We get to play this. We get to get back Tiny Bones, but I'm going to use this opportunity to play an Unstoppable Slasher. And then now we only really have to make sure we connect with 2 Death Touch creatures here. Okay, so I think I have to block here. If this is a Monstrous Rage, that's going to be problematic. And then if they don't have anything here, I think we just win by attacking. So let's duress them. Okay. Well, we're going to attack with everything here. They have to double block. They have to double chump block, I mean. Okay. They're just going to take the loss here, it seems. Alright. So against them, things like Malicious Eclipse will be probably good. I think our Akawali is maybe the weakest legendary, because it doesn't have that touch, but Honest Rutstein is still pretty good there. And then Duress might... I'm not too sure about Duress against them. I think I'd rather have Dreams of Steel and Oil. But let's see. I want to have Malicious Eclipse. And then Neutralize the Guard can be good too, but like against their Paw Patch recruits. But it does... like, these creatures can go out of reach of it. So I'm not too sure. Might as well try it. And then I think I'll bring in 1 Dreams of Steel and Oil. Or we can bring in some life gain with Cease and Desist here. But yeah, let's go with Dreams of Steel and Oil and let's run this. Okay, well, we can't keep this. It has too many lands. Okay, this is much better. We can at least have some untapped lands here. So I'll keep this, and I think I'll put back the Rutstein here. Yeah. All right. Okay, our opponent starts with a Pop Patch Recruit. I think that's okay. We do have a Go for the Throat to kill something turn 2, and then turn 3 play Glissa. Okay, so what is better to go for the throat? I guess the Ember Heart because it has prowess. So let's do this before they have a protection spell. Okay, here's another Ember Heart Challenger. We're gonna go down to 11. That means our Strange Cemetery comes down untapped. And then I think Vraska is the only thing that we can really do here. If they have a removal spell, that's gonna be unfortunate. Okay. They have a Screaming Nemesis. This is to any other target. So I think we have to take this. Otherwise, they can kill our Glissa Sunslayer. Okay. So we can do Hunter's Talent. And then kill the Paw Patch Recruit. Okay, and then I think we... We can Vraska's joins up here and draw a card, but it does put us at pretty much lethal range here. Okay, I'm just gonna level this up and then see if I can attack here. And let's see, if I draw 7, no, that doesn't work. We'll be pretty much dead. So maybe I should have kept the Rutstein. Ooh, and with this, I don't think we'll be able to come back from this. Yeah, even if we block something here and kill it, that, like, this will put 4 damage either to us or to the Sunslayer. Okay, and we unfortunately didn't draw a blocker here. All right, well, we'll go to game 3. So against them, I think I want the second Dreams of Steel and Oil just to deal with their threat before it arrives, and then I'll take out maybe these Malicious Eclipse. I don't think it would have been really good there. And then the Blot Out does get around the Screaming Nemesis, so I kind of like that. And then only 1 neutralize the guards. Okay, let's try this. Okay, game 3, we're on the play. This one seems pretty good because we can turn 2 Finn, turn 3 Rutstein or Blot Out. And then we have untapped lands here to get us through that curve. Okay, play Strangled Cemetery. Our opponent mulligan 1s. They have a Hard Claw. Ooh, Blooming Marsh is great there. We have a Finn, so this blocks the Hard Claw quite well. And then if they manage to kill the Finn, we can get it back with Rutstein. Okay, here comes an Innkeeper's Talent. And I can either blot this out and then get in for damage or play Rutstein. I think I have to blot this out because they can make it into a 3/4 and I don't want to lose Finn. But blot out would be really good against Screaming Nemesis. Okay, well, I think maybe I just pass here and keep up blot out. Now, let's get in. And then, yeah, I'll just keep up blot out. And if this is a Screaming Nemesis, we have blot out for that. But if they just try and move to attacks here, then I'll blot out. Okay, there's no Screaming Nemesis, which means we're just gonna blot out this Hard Claw. Okay, then it looks like we have to play defensive now. So, I think Honest Rutstein is good enough to defend. It does give us... we do have a second one, so I don't mind if this one dies. Okay, here's the Screaming Nemesis. That's not a problem. Okay, if this is the case, I'm just gonna block like this. We do take 5 here, but we can Rutstein back the... what do you call it? The Finn. Ooh, and we can cut down the Challenger. Okay, great set of draws for us here. So we'll get Finn. We'll play Finn, and then we'll cut down the Challenger. The next turn we can... Vraska joins up to give Rutstein Death Touch and start pressuring our opponent. Okay, here's a Questing Druid. They can use the Monstrous Rage here just to give it the +1/+1 counter and the monster token. Okay. Well, given that we drew Unstoppable Slasher here, I think I'm still gonna Vraska joins up and attack. Then we get to draw some cards here. Ooh, very nice. I think we just Anoint with Affliction this, right? Yeah, instead of playing the Slasher. I think so too. It's Ward 1. Oh, could have played Demolition Field there. Okay, here's Screaming Nemesis, but they can't attack. Okay, we can't cut it down, but thankfully we have Demolition Field for Sanctuary here. But let's attack first. They have to block. Okay. So I think they should have blocked the Rutstein and then killed Finn the Fangbearer, but they might have not just seen that. Ooh, and it looks like we got there. We had coverage for their Soulstone Sanctuary with Demolition Field, and we had to cut down just in case they played a creature besides Screaming Nemesis. Very nice there. They were still at 12 life, and we didn't have Finn in the battlefield to bring those 2 extra poison counters, so I think they still had some possible draws to get out of this. But oh well, let's go to the next match. Okay, round 2 here. We're on the play. Lucky us. Okay. This one's interesting because we do have Duress and Go for the Throat, but we don't have green mana. I'm gonna keep this because Demolition Field can become a basic land. Alright, let's start with Duress. Okay. So, it looks like they might be doing, okay, some Abhorrent Oculus stuff. Okay, I think we'll go Moment of Truth or No One Left Behind. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, well, we drew a green source here, so I'll play that first. They do have a lot of removal. So, I can Demolition Field to get rid of their Seachrome Coast. And then that could lock them out of a color. But I think I'm just going to use our mana efficiently here. Maybe play Glissa. Yeah, because no matter what we do, it's going to eat a removal spell here, and we kind of have to churn through them. Okay, so the Demolition Field might not be good anymore. Let's see, I think I'll just play Finn and keep up Go for the Throat. They got 2 cards in their graveyard. They can get a third with Go for the Throat. But it looks like they're opting to fill up their graveyard to possibly cast the Abhorrent Oculus next turn. Thankfully, we have Go for the Throat for that. Looks like they might have a cut down here. Okay. And then now they have just one more card till they can do the Abhorrent Oculus. Ooh, we're gonna have to Go for the Throat that, I think. That is very scary. But unfortunately, we don't have anything to prevent this Abhorrent Oculus. So we're just gonna use our mana here. And pass the turn. So I think Dreams of Steel and Oil will be good against them because it exiles and prevents it from... I think we can also exile stuff from their graveyard. But yeah, now we've got this Abhorrent Oculus that is going to be very difficult for us to deal with if we don't draw our removal spell right now. Oh, and we didn't. I think that's going to be game. We're going to be taking 7 here. They're going to have 9 power next turn. Yikes. Okay, well, that's just Magic, so we'll go to the next game. So against them, we can do things like Cease and Desist, Soul Guide Lantern, and Dreams of Steel and Oil. We can also do Blot Out to exile stuff. And then Malicious Eclipse is good if they end up having all of those manifested creatures. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to remove probably the Duresses, the Shieldred, the Akawali. I'll keep all of these. Cut down is okay. It's only really quite good against the Monastery's Mentor. But let's try, with those cards removed, let's bring in 2 Dreams of Steel and Oil. Let's see, I'll put my interaction here. Dreams of Steel and Oil. And I think I want more creatures, actually. Yeah, I'll bring the creatures back in. Let's bring in a Wylie. And then I want Cease and Desist. I think I want Blot Out. Yeah, I think I prefer Blot Out over Soul Guide Lantern here. You can also just play Soul Guide Lantern instead of Seize, but this one draws us a card. So let's do this. Okay, game 2, we're on the play. Let's see, this is a turn 1 Tiny Bones, maybe a turn 1, a turn 2 Finn if we draw the right lands. Okay, let's try it. Okay, turn 1 Tiny Bones. Our opponent mulliganed ones. Ooh, we did draw an untapped land, but it is in the wrong colors. We're just gonna attack here. Okay. So they get to anoint away our Tiny Bones. I think I'll play one of our 3-drops here, and I'll go with the thing that makes our stuff cheaper. Or should I just go with something that they'll likely kill anyway? Yeah, let's do this. We could have also kept up Seize here, just in case this is a time that they can... What do you call it? Reanimate something? Okay, let's see. If I attack here, which I will, they only need one more card to hardcast an Abhorrent Oculus. So I think it's better for me to cease and desist, removing the Anoint. Let's see. I'm gonna pass the turn here, see what they do. If they put a 6 card in their land here. Ooh, okay. I think I have to cease and desist something. We can do that once they target it with Founding. Ooh, there goes the Oculus that they can reanimate. So let's let them cast it, and then we'll remove the Oculus. So let's remove Oculus and Anoint with Affliction, and then we'll target ourselves to draw a card. Okay, so I can do Vraska joins up here, or Finn the Fangbearer. I think I'm gonna go with Vraska. And then I don't mind if they kill a Wylie here. We've got another one. We've got Rutstein to get stuff back. Okay. And then let's just hope they don't have a Oculus here. Okay, they duress first. They can get the Go for the Throat. And then they can Oculus here. And they are targeting their graveyard, so it seems that they do have Oculus. So We wanted to avoid that, but unfortunately we couldn't. Okay. Well, we can do Honest Rutstein to get Akawali, or I can just Fin the Fangbearer here and block the face down card. Ooh, looks like they might have a removal spell here. Yeah, and it's unfortunate because they are basically... we don't have a removal spell for this Oculus. So we're going to go Honest Rutstein and then play the Fin here. But if we don't draw a removal spell for this Oculus by next turn or so, then I think that's an unfortunate game. Ooh, this is going to be even more brutal. They can cast the Anoint with Affliction eventually. Okay, thankfully they only had Duress here. Okay. Well, I can attack with Fin to draw us a card, because we really just need removal spell. Okay, they're gonna double block here. Let's hope that this one that they didn't block with is not a another Abhorrent Oculus. I think they would have flipped it if that was the case. But yeah, next turn is the last chance we have to deal. Oh no, they had another one. Okay, that's a good game. We unfortunately didn't draw the removal spell timely manner. We had plenty in the deck, but the RNG gods weren't smiling upon us today. Alright, GG's. Not bad though. We had some outs there, and we had a chance, I think, to cut them off of the Abhorrent Oculus had we drawn something like Soul Guide Lantern, because we had that one swamp untapped. But it is what it is. Alright guys, I'll see you next round. Okay, round 3 here. Can't keep this hand, no lands. Okay, this is much better. I like all of our cards here. I think I'm just gonna put away the Slasher or Rutstein. Let's go with Rutstein. Well, I guess technically if they deal with Finn, having Rutstein is better than Slasher. Okay. Looks like we're playing against Dimir. We'll start with Blooming Marsh. Okay, they likely have a removal spell here. So I'm gonna see if they play... I was gonna say I'm gonna see if they'll play a flash creature here, because if they flash something in and Kaito next turn, that's really annoying. But it looks like they didn't, so I'll go with Akawali here first. Yeah, let's do Akawali. Ooh, they might have a counter. Okay, they're gonna go for the Throat instead. Ah, okay, so it's not like a Dimir tempo deck. This looks like a Dimir control deck. I think Blast Zone should have been a better indicator for that. But the good news is we get to Rutstein something. And and Wylie is significantly stronger now. Okay. I think I'm going to Rutstein the Glissa. And then I'll play Fin the Fangbearer here. Okay, it looks like our opponent used a wipe there. Okay, this tells me that they're probably on some sort of mill plan. So we're gonna go Glissa plus Tiny Bones here. And Tiny Bones is great because we can copy their Shoulder's Edict that they played if they don't deal with Tiny Bones. Oh, interesting. This, I guess, is to copy the demon or something along those lines. I'm not sure. Either way, we're going to anoint the Drifter here. And then we're gonna attack here. Oop, I guess I should have kept Glissa back. Okay, we're going to... Oh, we don't get the... Oh, non-land permanent card. Okay, okay. Sorry, I thought we could have cast any card. Okay, good to know. We have Demolition Field up. Just in case they do something with their Blast Zone or Restless Reef. Okay. I think we're gonna not use it though. Okay, here comes Vraska joins up. I might have to attack the Jace. Just so that they don't draw enough cards here. I mean, we don't have 20 yet. Okay, let's attack them. Ah, okay, they're just gonna go for this. I'm kind of okay with that. They're gonna spend their Jaces just keeping this Glissa in check. Okay, Hunter's Talent, that's great because that means we can level it up. And Glissa gets a power. Provided they don't have a removal spell, of course. Okay. Well, I'll remove counters from Jace here. Ooh, and very nice, we drew a Tiny Bones. They didn't have a removal spell there. I'm not sure if this means they have like sorcery speed stuff or if it's playing stuff like another Jace. Okay, we'll get rid of Tiny Bones there. They didn't have that last turn, so I think that's what they drew. Okay, they're just gonna mill us out here. Very cool that we drew Wylie there. So let me attack first. Let's draw a card. Okay, Evolving Wilds plus... I guess we can't keep up Demolition Field. And then end the turn here. Okay, they have 5 mana now. Is this another Jace? Okay, here comes a Consuming Aberration. Thankfully, we have the Gopher Throat for that. Yeah, we just have to kill it. Then I'll use Evolving Wilds here. Looks like we have one more basic. Okay, great that we drew a Duress there. Let's see what they have. Okay, very nice. We'll get the Jace. And then we'll attack. And then we'll draw a card. Okay, play this, and then I think we're just going to end the turn here, keeping up Go for the Throat and Demolition Field. Okay, very nice. So against them, it seems like their win condition is utilizing Jace Mill. Yeah. And then Vesuvan Drifter to maybe get their 7 mana creature here. Okay. Well, we're going to bring in our Planeswalker removal with Blot Out, and let's see, Dreams of Steel and Oil can get their high casting cost creature there. And then Cut Down seems terrible against them. Go for the Throat still has utility. Annoying. Maybe not the best. I think I'll go with Terra Sunder because this can eventually get Planeswalkers. See, Blot Out, Terra Sunder, Duress. Maybe just one Dreams of Steel and Oil, given that they don't have that many. Now, let's just bring the 3rd copy of Terra Sunder. I think that's a better use of our slots here, because there's just a higher chance of Dreams of Steel and Oil whiffing. Okay, let's try this. Okay, this looks like a keepable hand. Let's keep this. Okay, I'm just gonna go Jungle Hollow here. Okay, and then I'll go Tiny Bones and Evolving Wilds. Okay, well, I'm gonna probably get... Let's see. It doesn't really matter. I'll go with the Swamp. We'll attack here. And then I think I'll just use our mana efficiently here and play the Talent. Okay, they get to remove all of our Tiny Bones. I think that's okay. It's, they're using a 4 mana spell here to just deal with 3 cards. Okay, well, let's put a threat down. Here's Unstoppable Slasher. If they play Jace here, we have an answer for it. Okay, they're gonna go for this. I'm kind of okay with that. So we're just gonna level up here, and eventually the Slasher will come back. Okay, there's Deadly Cover-Up. Looks like they're going to get our Unstoppable Slasher. So we can go for the throat, our Unstoppable Slasher here. I guess it doesn't matter because it will be in our graveyard for them to target anyway. Okay. Okay, well, thankfully we drew a good card here with Galissa. Okay, there's Shoulder's Edict, so we're just gonna have to work through a lot of our opponent's removal spells here. Okay, they're gonna go for Restless Reef. I think that means we're gonna go for the Throated. Alright, well, Finn the Fangbearers is pretty good. It allows us to put a poison counter clock on them. There's a Blast Zone that can go to 2 here. Okay. Let's duress. I guess let me attack first. They'll probably let this go through. Ah, okay, and then they've got all of their crazy cards up there. They're likely going to use the Blast Zone here. We have the removal to deal with what they have here. So thankfully... Okay, well, I don't think they're going to let us attack here. But we're both kind of in a weird spot where they know we have removal. And so we're just going to go for the Throat that because it is the non-artifact. And then we're both just top decking here. Alright, Demolition Field's quite nice. Okay, there's a Consuming Aberration. And I think we're just going to use a kicked Terra Sunder on that. Okay, we didn't draw any action, unfortunately, but we're just going to keep that land in our hand. And we're going to blot out. Okay, here's a Finn, unlikely to survive. Ooh, they got a Fountain Port. Okay, they're gonna go for Shoulder's Edict here. So I think I'm gonna Demolition Field end of their turn. Right? Yeah, I'll do it end of their turn. Get this Fountain Port. Okay, Sheoldred's a pretty good card here. Let's see if they have another removal spell. Is this another wipe, maybe? This looks like a deadly cover-up. Okay. Well, we only have one copy of Sholdred. So... I guess the budget deck building's saving us here. We have a couple of threats left. It's just a matter of who top decks better in these next few turns. Alright, well, we'll play the Jungle Hollow here. They know it's in their hand anyway. Okay, here comes an Akawali. I think we have more threats than they do, but I imagine they just have a lot of removal spells here. It's funny because they're going for a exile all of your creatures type of thing. I guess that helps their mill plan too. That's really cool to see. Okay, we'll play the forest here. And then I think we might still have some Rutsteins here, but we are drawing a lot of lands. Oof, and unfortunately flooding out here. Okay. Okay, Terra Sunder. This is non-land permanent. Oh, that's tragic. That means we can't kill their Restless Reef. And then they can just mill us out with Jace. Ooh, and then they milled away the demolition field that we had. And here's a Jace. That gets to mill us for 15. Okay. We had a couple of turns there to possibly get out of this, but we drew just too many lands, I think. Okay. We'll concede here. Okay, so against them, I don't think we're gonna change much. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think any of these would really help. I guess Cease and Desist is good if they try and deadly cover up. I don't know what to take out for that, though. I think we can probably take out one land. We can definitely operate with 23 lands. Alright, we'll just do that. We'll just do one Cease and Desist for a land. Alright. Okay, game 3 on the play, looking for a good curve here. This is not very good against them because it's removal heavy and they're threat light. Ooh, I don't know about this one. We don't have enough lands. Unfortunately, I have to mulligan here. Okay, this is much better. We'll put away, let's see, one tap land. Maybe just 2 tap lands. Yeah. Alright, we'll start off with Evolving Wilds here. And then we'll use it to get a swamp. Okay, drew another swamp there. That's good because it will allow us to cast Akawali next turn. Okay, looks like they're just pretty heavy on the removal here. Hope that this Akawali can survive so we can Vraska joins up. Okay. I think this means we can get there. Let's attack. Get to draw a card. And then play out the Jungle Hollow. We have the Tear Asunder to deal with something. Looks like they have to go for the throat here. Okay, well, we don't really have anything else here. Let's see if this becomes anything. Nope. I'm okay just taking 2 damage here. Another Evolving Wilds, unfortunately flooding here. Okay, our opponent's gonna put it on 2. Okay, I think I'll just use our mana efficiently here. I don't want to spend too many turns not doing anything. Oh, unfortunately, no lands there. Or no action there. We would have drawn a Kali there, a Kawali. Okay, they likely have removal spell for Shieldred, but what else are we gonna do? Okay, well, at least this prevents them from attacking this turn. And then another Terra Sunder, that's unfortunate. Can't deal with the Restless Reef. Okay, here comes Jace. Are they gonna go for the full -5? We're at 40 cards in our library. Ah, okay. Would love to draw a Rutstein here. Okay, go for the throat at least deals with Restless Reef. Ah, and they had another one. They can just minus a lot here. Let's see what they go with. Another -4. Okay. I'm not sure if we can come back from this. They're going to be able to keep in check all of our things. And they've got way more cards than us. And during crucial turns where we could have developed our board, we just didn't draw. Okay, well, I'm gonna go for the throat this. Okay, Rutstein is great. What can we get? We can get Glissa, Finn, another Rutstein. We can get Akawali. There's no way to give this power, though. Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna get... Finn gives the best thing here, but I'm gonna get another Rutstein. Okay, they're gonna end that. Here's one more that they can get, and we get to draw here. Okay, Demolition Field is great. We can use that on the Blast Zone. Okay, I'll play double Unstoppable Slasher here. And the Demolition Field. and pass the turn. Okay, I can demolition field this. They can keep one of the unstoppable slashers in check. And got no more basics. Okay, well, I'll play Finn first. And then this will attack them. You get to bring them down to 8, I think, or 7. Okay. And then pass the turn. Is this a deadly cover-up? Unfortunately, they drew the deadly cover-up before we got a Soul Guide Lantern. Yep, and they can just minus Jace here. Very nice. Okay. Unfortunate there, we flooded during some key turns there, and they just have plenty of removal. Alright, not bad though. I felt like we were able to still come back and stabilize during some turns there, and had we just drawn a like a Soul Guide Lantern, we could have prevented them from collecting evidence for their deadly cover-up. But it is what it is. I'll see you next round. Okay, round 4 here. Let's see. We're on the draw. I think we can keep this. I'll do Evolving Wilds, so they don't really know what I will be playing quite yet. I'll get a Forest. Okay, our opponent gets to Deep Cavern Bat here. Thankfully, we have 2 Fins. They take our Unstoppable Slasher. We're gonna fetch a Forest here. Ooh, Glissa is nice, but we're gonna play Finn here. And then these are tapped, so we won't be able to play Glissa next turn. Here's Kaito. Alright, well, we'll just play Jungle Hollow here. Attack them. Then pass a turn. Flooding out a little bit here. Okay, they play the cut down. Our opponent has the better board currently. Okay, go for the throat is nice there. We can eventually use that. But I think we're just going to use our mana efficiently here and play Glissa. Likely going to eat a removal spell here, or it looks like they have a counter spell. So our opponent's playing more of a tempo type of Dimir deck here. Okay, we have to go for the throat for Shouldered here. Don't worry, cool time to make our move. And yep, we'll use it on the Shouldered. Glissa, we can play this untap and play Glissa. Unlikely to survive though. Yeah, they can just put stun counters on it. I love a dramatic entrance. Oof. Yeah, and I don't think we're going to be able to come back from this. Okay, well, I think we just concede here. They have lethal in a lot of ways. Okay. Let's go to game 2. Okay, so Malicious Eclipse could be good against them as well as neutralize the guards. Duress I like as well. Blot Out is great because they have Planeswalkers. I think maybe Hunter's Talent might not be the best. Let's see. If I had to choose, I think I'd rather have Malicious Eclipse over Neutralize the Guards. It does get some of our creatures though, so I think Neutralize the Guards probably better. And then we'll keep all of our creatures here because they do have a lot of removal. I think Hunter's Talent to me doesn't strike as too good because they can respond with removal of their own. And then maybe Anoint with Affliction or Cut Down would be the cut here. Let's go 1 cut down and 1 land. Okay, let's try this. Okay, game 2 on the play. Okay, we'll keep this. Yeah, we were getting to see the issue of playing all of these tap lands because it does mess up our curve quite a bit. I'll play Tiny Bones here, and then this. Okay. Well, I think there are a couple of things that we can do. We can play Vraska joins up, but they'll use a removal spell on Tiny Bones. I can just play Unstoppable Slasher here because it's the one I don't mind having removed. Let's attack. Okay, I'll just play Unstoppable Slasher here. Could get countered, could get removed. But we do have to start working through whatever they have in their hand. Okay, let's see if this is a Kaito. No Kaito, thankfully. Okay. So I can Vraska joins up, or I can Finn. Or I can Glissa. I think Vraska joins up and drawing a card would be best. Okay, glad that we drew a land there. I was hoping that we could get an untapped one, but it is what it is. Okay, they're gonna just play a Kaito here. It looks like they put a stun counter. Okay, well thankfully we have cut down on this Fairy Mastermind, and then I'll play Glissa here so it can block the Kaito. We're finally going to be able to untap with our Slasher here. Okay, they hit us for 3. They can surveil or they can put other stun counters. Yeah, I think this is the most likely scenario. They had the removal spell here. Okay. Well, I'll just play Finn here and keep up, go for the throat. Finn can still block Kaito quite well. Okay, there is Kaito. They can make it so that their Kaito is unblockable. Ah, okay. Well, thankfully we have neutralized the guards for this. Do I go for the throat this? I think I do. As strange as that is, I don't want that to be too powered. Okay, they're gonna plus Kaito. We get to trade with it. And then we can neutralize the guards to kill their Siren. And then kill their Kaito. Okay, so you get -1, -1. We get to surveil 2 here. These both enter tap. I don't know if I want them. Yeah. And then we'll go attack Kaito. Okay. So they can... They can Fountain Port to kill... Let's see. If I blot out the Fountain Port token, then I can cast 1 mana stuff from them. So I'll cast the Spyglass. Okay. Let's see if they Fountain Port here. Okay, it looks like they're gonna go for it, and as weird as this is, I am going to blot out. This allows us to connect, as well as play this Spyglass Siren. And draw a card. Okay. Not bad, not bad. We can do something similar next turn, but they will have blockers this time. Okay. So Demolition Field, well, that's pretty nice. I think I would put this on Tiny Bones because I don't want it to trade with the Siren. But unfortunately, it didn't get there. I'm still gonna attack. Yeah, still gonna attack. They're gonna trade with the Siren. So might as well attack like this. And then I'll just play another Tiny Bones. Okay, here comes Fairy Mastermind. Okay, Unstoppable Slasher. Demolition Field most likely going to be used against Fountain Port. Yeah. Let's do it now. Okay, they're not gonna utilize... Okay, they're not gonna utilize the Fountain Port there. Let's see if they're gonna use the mana before going to attacks here. Okay, then they Flood Pits what? Oh, Finn. Interesting. So, if I attack with Tiny Bones, they'll just block with the Drowner, so Yeah, might as well do it. Okay, they're gonna draw a card here. We get to draw a Shelly. Having drawn the Shelly, yeah, I'm gonna attack with Tiny Bones here just so that they can't shuffle away our Finn. Alright, we'll play Shelly. Here comes a Deep Cavern Bat. They get to get our Slasher. They can animate the Restless Reef here and start putting pressure that way. Looks like they're not gonna go for it though. Okay, Anoint with Affliction. I'm almost tempted to use it on the Mastermind, but yeah, I'm not sure. Will they trade with their Shieldred? I think I have to try. Oh, okay. Another Flood Pits Drowner. Well, I kind of have to use the Anoint on the Flood Pits. Yeah. Just so that they can't shuffle away our Shieldred. Otherwise, we'll just die. I think we might still die here. Yeah, because they're going to go for Restless Reef, attack with everything. We'll take 7, right? Okay, we have to block one of the 4 powered things here. Okay, well, let's see. Can I anoint something? No, we can't. We just lose to active player, non-active player triggers there. Oh well, I think we had a chance to come back from that. Had maybe we been a lower life total or a higher life total, or if we maybe drew a different set of cards there. Ooh, okay. Not too bad, though. Really enjoying the game, so I'll see you in the next one. Okay, last boss here. Looks like we won't be able to keep this. Okay, this is much better. So we'll keep this and put away, I think, one of the Evolving Wilds here. Actually, I'll put away the Strangled Cemetery. That way we can thin out our deck here. Okay, our opponent mulliganed twice. That's unfortunate. We get to play Tiny Bones here. There's a Spyglass Siren. We'll play Evolving Wilds. I don't think I'll trade here. Yeah, I don't think I'll trade. Actually, I wouldn't mind trading. We have Rutstein to possibly get something back. Next turn, we're going to Glissa. Ah, okay, they're going to go for a Fear of Isolation here, so it looks like this is a sort of a Dimir Nightmare deck. Okay, we have to go for the Throat, but I think we're going to Glissa. Okay, let's see if they use a removal spell here. Okay, they do have a removal spell. It's in the form of this town ain't big enough. I think we're okay with that because we can just replay Glissa here. So, a bit of a tempo play from them. And they get the nowhere to run. We can get that back with Honest Rutstein here. So let's do that. Honest Rutstein, play Swamp, and then get the Glissa and play the Glissa. Really great that we drew that land there to make that happen. Now they have two creatures that they have to deal with. Ah, okay. So, what can we do here? I guess we just attack with both. Okay, I think we have to go for throw one of them and then attack. That way they're forced to block our Glissa. Ooh, they shouldn't have done this because we can destroy this. Okay, and then we'll play Evolving Wilds there. They get to play Nowhere to Run and kill our Glissa. Let's thin out our deck here. Yeah, this is to be expected. We'll get a Swamp. And Finn is great. We'll just play it. Hoping to draw something like Vraska joins up. Okay, we'll pass. They finally got their third land. Let's see how they utilize it. Looks like it's going to be a Fear of Isolation. Really unfortunate that we are not drawing some action here. Okay. Then this one comes in untapped. So they get the Hopeless Nightmare here. Excuse me. Okay, well, they're going to use Nowhere to Run anyway. Oh, okay. They're gonna go for this. We'll just play this and level it up. And then we'll kill what? The Flood Pits Drowner? Or the Fear of Isolation? I think the Fear of Isolation, because it's flying. Ooh, and here comes an Enduring Curiosity. They get to draw a card here. Oof, we have been flooding out quite a bit during our games today. Maybe I'm playing one too many lands. And there's the Nowhere to Run, finally getting our Finn here. Don't think we're gonna come back from this. Oh yeah, and unfortunate we just drew another land. Okay, let's go to game 2. So against them, they are a... We can bring in Tear Asunders, I think will be good. And Dreams of Steel and Oil. Just keep as much removal as we can. Blot Out will be good against their Enduring Curiosity, but we already have Tear Asunder. So let's see. Cut Down. I like Anoint. I like Go for the Throat. You got 21 creatures. Let's see. Hunter's Talent can make sure we get through with creatures. So maybe I just don't go the discard route. Yeah, and keep all of these. Okay, we'll go with our weakest creature here, and oh, actually, let's take out one of our tap lands. That seems to be way better. So no more Jungle Hollow. Okay, maybe we can cut one more. 23 lands. No, 23 lands on the play is fine. Okay, game two on the play. We can keep this. Unfortunately, it looks like our opponent is timing out. Not sure if they disconnected. I don't think they would have left, given that they won the game there. But let's see. I'll fast forward. Oh, unfortunately, it looks like our opponent most likely disconnected there. So we take the victory. A bit anticlimactic. That's unfortunate. Oh well, I'll see you at the outro. And there you have it, guys. We went 2-3 with one of our wins coming from a disconnected opponent, so not the best showing here. But nevertheless, we tried out this deck building challenge of going really low in the rare and mythic wild cards, and it taught me a lot. Actually, it showed me the importance of untapped mana. We really got to feel it there by not being able to curve out quite nicely. So what we're going to do for tomorrow's video is I'm going to spend as many wild cards as I can to still keep the strategy intact. You know, we're going to try and revolve our deck around Vraska joins up and Death Touch creatures. Really going to see what we can do, because I think there are some way better legendaries that we can be utilizing here. And yeah, we're gonna see what we can do with a pimped out Golgari Vraska joins up deck tomorrow. Learned a lot here by just trying out the budget deck building restrictions. I'm gonna do the same thing with a different color combination next week. Maybe explore a monocolored strategy, or maybe we'll do two colors as well, but invest more of those rare wild cards in our lands. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for Thrifty Tuesday here. Really appreciate you. Hit that like button, drop a comment. Would love to hear from you, and your subscription would be heavenly. But hey, nevertheless, just glad that you're here. So, what else can I say but have a great day?